My name's Jack Rondel, and here's how I cope with my dad's loss through cancer. I was 11 years old and I didn't know exactly what the effects of cancer were, and I didn't know much about it at all. Dad was explaining it to me, showing me drawings of his body and what was the case, where the cancer was. And he was being very positive. I'm going to fight this, Jack. I'm going to get through this. You know, I'm going to be here to see you when you're older. Once I found out that Dad wasn't going to be here to see my future, I thought, you know what? I need to make the most of the time I have with Dad. I took the role of moving in with him, and then that relationship built up and we were spending every day together. It was late October and he was taken into hospital. Shortly after, he went up to hospice. 2 days after his arrival there, his skin went bright yellow, which is jaundice, which means the liver is failing basically. And once the liver starts to fail, the body packs up. And then the day he died, I remember going into hospice and I went into the room and Dad had changed so much in just a day. And I sat there and I held his hand and I just burst into tears and I ran out the room, ran into the chapel because, you know, the man I was looking at wasn't my dad. And I saw a pin on the wall, a hook in Dad's room. And I said to my brother James, James, you know what would look good there is that picture of us three boys when we were little for Dad to look at. And we thought, we'll get it now. And we got in his car, we went down to the apartment, we got the photo, and we went back to hospice, put the photo up. Dad looked at it, and he basically started to struggle breathing. And he started lifting his head up and down and murmuring and he said, Jack, hold my head. So I held his head like that and I was rubbing the back of his head and I said, Dad, come on, stay with us, Dad. You need to stay with us, keep fighting, Dad. And under his breath, he said, Jack, I love you so much. And I said, Dad, I love you too. He took one last murmur and his head just dropped. And that was him gone. As I was growing up, and watched him being a politician in Districts 3 and 4, I looked up to him as my role model. I would also like to be a politician when I'm older, maybe in the next election, but if not, I hope the election after that. I would like to continue his legacy, as he will be a big miss to the island and there is heavy boots to fill for what he's left behind. I'm going to fill those boots, don't you worry, I will.